Did you know a single pigeon once altered the course of history and helped save thousands of lives? Yes, you heard that right. A humble bird made all the difference in one of the most dire moments of World War I. This is the amazing story of Cher Ami, the brave homing pigeon whose extraordinary flight turned the tide of battle. Buckle up, because by the end of this story, you might just look at pigeons a bit differently. The year was 1918, and the First World War was nearing its devastating climax. In the thick of the Meuse-Argonne offensive, the 77th Infantry Division, known as the Lost Battalion, found itself desperately cut off from Allied lines deep in the Argonne forest of France. They were surrounded by enemy forces, with no safe path to retreat. Their situation was grim. More than 550 men were pinned down in a ravine, enduring brutal attacks and dwindling supplies. Even worse, they were being mistakenly shelled by their own side, as their position was unclear to the Allied command. Enter Cher Ami. Pigeons have a long history of being used as messengers in warfare, and during World War I, they were vital for communicating accurate information between forces when other means failed. Cher Ami was part of a group of carrier pigeons employed by the US Army Signal Corps. These pigeons were trained to fly significant distances to deliver messages quickly and reliably. But this mission would test the limits of even the most capable bird. With shells raining down and enemy soldiers closing in, the situation for the Lost Battalion was increasingly dire. Desperation set in among the troops. Led by Major Charles Whittlesey, they had tried sending messages through runners, but none had made it back alive. As a last resort, they turned to their remaining homing pigeons. The first few pigeons dispatched either went astray or were shot down. Finally, the soldiers attached their final message to Cher Ami, a last glimmer of hope surrounded by despair. The note, tied to Cher Ami's leg, contained only a few crucial words. "We are along the road parallel 276.4. Our own artillery is dropping a barrage directly on us. For heaven's sake, stop it." It was a desperate plea, summing up their harrowing plight in chilling brevity. Cher Ami was set loose under a hail of gunfire. The odds of survival seemed slim. As she took to the sky, bullets tore through the air. The Germans, well aware of the importance of these carrier pigeons, targeted her relentlessly. The soldiers on the ground watched, shoulders tensed and breaths held, as Cher Ami struggled to gain altitude. Against all odds, she soared higher and higher, rising above the chaos of the battlefield. But her journey wasn't without peril. Partway through her flight, Cher Ami was hit. One of her wings was shattered, and she was badly wounded in the chest. Despite the injuries, she kept pressing forward, driven by some miraculous instinct, or perhaps a keen understanding of the gravity of her mission. By the time she arrived back at the US headquarters some 25 miles away, she was drenched in her own blood, one leg dangling by a thread, and utterly exhausted. Yet, remarkably, she had delivered the message. Thanks to Cher Ami's heroic effort, the misguided shelling was halted, and the Allied command quickly sent reinforcements to rescue the Lost Battalion. Out of more than 550 men, approximately 194 survived. Those who made it through owed their lives to a single, wounded pigeon who refused to give up. When Cher Ami was found at the headquarters, medics worked to treat her injuries. They managed to save her life, although she ultimately lost her damaged leg. For her extraordinary service and bravery, she was awarded the Croix de Guerre, one of France's highest military honors. Cher Ami became a symbol of resilience and hope in the midst of despair, celebrated as a hero both in the United States and abroad. Today, Cher Ami's story continues to inspire generations. She is immortalized in the Smithsonian Institution, where her preserved remains remind visitors of the incredible contributions made by even the most unlikely heroes. Her tale is a poignant reminder of how small, seemingly insignificant actions can ripple into monumental consequences, a message that resonates as much today as it did over a century ago. So, the next time you see a pigeon fluttering overhead, don't dismiss it so quickly. Who knows? That humble bird might just be capable of changing the world. Cher Ami's courage under fire serves as a potent lesson. Bravery comes in all shapes and sizes, and sometimes the ones who seem least likely to make a difference turn out to be the most extraordinary heroes of all.